Hey friends, 𝒓𝒏𝒔, 𝒓𝒄, what's going on? What's up? How are you today? Okay. Yeah, 𝒓𝒄. That was my baby. Oh, 𝒓𝒄. All right, baby. All right, I wanted to get on here really quick, friend. And because my ancestors have been pushing me to do this video and the next two videos that I post today, to so people could better follow along with my videos, because I'm about to drop even more content starting, well, right now with today with this video, but tomorrow, just to help you understand and catch the vibes a little bit easier that I drop the celestial terrestrial knowledge that they be downloading to me. Blessed. Okay, so excuse me, I'm not going to be looking at the camera as much because of the simple fact the downloads be coming in just like Cardi B says, coming in like swoosh. But anyway, friend, it's pretty much scripts, like honestly, like it's a lot, and I can't record right when I get the downloads, and it be so much like note taking is just a no. So I have my phone right here with the downloads information. Oh, for those of you who are new, I am a real journey in these social media streets. Welcome to my channel. Welcome Black is for expansion, for those friends who have been riding with me from A1 since day one. Yes. So let's get into the video. Today I am breaking down the energetic / spiritual connection and to our physical connection to the seasons. So friends, you know how we always talk about how life happens and we live in phases and cycles of life, and then, you know, everything happens for a reason, for in the season, or what else, another saying, oh, you meet people for a reason in the season, whatever. But have you honestly sat down to figure out which phase and cycle you are in your life? Well, don't worry, I'll break it all down so you can figure out your soul's vibe, empowering you to be able to figure out your life for yourself, which will not only empower you physically, friend, you'll also strengthen and empower yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, all by learning more about yourself, your soul, tapping into your truth of yourself, aka by following your soul, which is you know, aligning with the cycles and frequencies of the planet Earth, Gaia, and the universe. In today's video, as I said, I'm breaking down the energetic, aka spiritual connection to our physical realms through the seasons. We all know numbers, seasons, you, me, animals, the planet, everything, like everything has a purpose. And my ancient ancestors and my higher self, we was talking and stuff, and they told me, like, back in the day, our ancestors, or them, you know, especially mine, because mine was like one of the first ones to incarnate onto this planet, but they used to follow the stars for, as we all know, numerous reasons, way beyond what the majority of us know, at least publicly, as well as how we follow it now. So starting off with the seasons, my ancient ancestors and my higher self broke down how, like, our divine mom and pops, you know, God, universe, whatever you believe in, I call them, I'll say divine ether parents, my divine mommy and daddy, my divine mama and dad, because at the end of the day, they are the creators of everything. But anyway, our divine mom and pops purpose for the seasons, which is why you clicked on my channel, then you know, you already know what's up. You know that winter is the time of deep reflection. That's what that season is for. Overall and in general, it's the season we're supposed to sit with our higher selves and ether family. And by ether family, I mean spirit, ancestors, angels, whatever you associate. That's, to me, I call them my ether family, our ether family. You're my ether family, because we're all energetically connected. We just come from different realms, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, as I was saying, by our ether family, you know, God's ancestors, your angels, whichever you relate and believe in, and whichever title you resonate to, friend, you know, replace that with ether family with that, and whatever makes it work for you. Bless. At the end of the day, like I said, we're talking about the same energies, I hope. Just different titles, because I don't know, some people, I don't know about them. But anyway, I'm talking about the good ones, you know. So as I was saying, winter is not only a time to reflect on the past year and so forth physically. It's really deeper than that, friend. They downloaded to me that winter is the season to review your past period, meaning past physical years of who you are now, and up to, you know, your current year, as well as your past lives years. Yes, friend. And you don't have to get past life regressions necessarily, but if you do, that's no problem. That's your choice. Do you, baby. Just a little FYI, friend, for those of you who are new, my channel overall is to help people learn how to be lesser dependent on others for advice, counsel, suggestions, and so forth, and to help you strengthen your relationship within yourself, you know, and your God that you listen to, as well as your higher self, which is all like our souls and our inner worlds. It's so many layers to it, but all of that is part of your inner wisdom, your intuition, and etc. Like I said, it's built into our soul, our bodies, your soul, you know, because if you're listening to yourself first and foremost, you can never go wrong, because that's your inner wisdom, that's your intuition, and all that came straight from your God at the end of the day, that created everything seen and unseen. The more you seek guidance, counsel, advice, and so forth from your higher self, aka yourself, friend, the healthier you are within, you know, and the healthier you'll be throughout your life. Because at the end of the day, you're listening to yourself, the part of you that came here and signed up to be you. Therefore, you're listening to Big Mama and Big Papa, you know, the divine goddess energy that gave us life, period. And so therefore, you're getting your guidance straight from the source. Why? Because source made you, like I said, and you wait for that guidance. When you go to source, God, you know, Big Mama, Big Papa, however you resonate, you know, when you go straight to that, your source of the higher divine being that you believe in as far as all creations, and you wait for the guidance to be downloaded to you, it could come to you as feelings. Remember, when we get downloads, it's not going to be direct all the time. It could be feelings, it could be thoughts that randomly pop into your head. It could be ideas that randomly pop into your head. It could be animals that you happen to see, and for some reason that animal sticks out to you. Like for example, I had went into my bathroom. I'm cleaning my bathroom today, and I happened to see a groundhog. Like, I bent over to pick something up. I looked up and happened to look out my bathroom window, and it was a groundhog in the backyard. Groundhogs, when you see groundhogs, that's a sign, especially in the backyard. Backyards means South Node, you know, your old self, the parts of you that you incarnated here to work on. So when you see like a groundhog, that signifies that to be alert, to stay grounded, especially because where it was located, it was not really in my backyard. It was more so in my neighbor's yard, but we don't have fences over here, so everybody's backyards are connected. So long story short, that was a warning to me that, okay, stay grounded, because somebody's low vibrational energies, their past old low self, is going to come my way, or some type of entity is coming my way from that either somebody sent intentionally or unintentionally. But at the end of the day, stay alert, stay grounded, keep your head low, and keep a watch out, period. Blessed, and always blessed. Okay, so anyway, That's what I'm saying. Like, so it could come as animals. It could even come as a plant. If you happen to see a pretty flower outside and it's like you don't know the name of that flower, then Google lens it and then look up the spiritual meaning of that flower. But when stuff happens, the guidance is very, very subtle. When you feel like something grabbing your attention and it's more of an aggressive way, it's either A, your ego, or B, you're getting a really, really big warning because you just didn't listen to the other warning. So it's like, stop, code red, don't do that. But most majority of the time, it's so subtle that honestly you will overlook it unless you have you and your higher self become like this, like real talk. You and your God, your angels, all of that, you become like this for real. You have to, because otherwise, that's why a lot of people are so misguided nowadays. But anyway, moving on. But like I said, my channel is here to help you build interdependent relationships with other people and things like that, and become, like I said, less codependent. As well as being dependent on yourself, independent or whatnot. But because, like I said, this world is built on codependency, from the governments to religions to various communities. No disrespect to anybody, but even within various communities, like those who live a conscious spiritual life or a conscious race/social awareness life, people who might live a life that's more environmentally conscious, whatever your lifestyle is, you're conscious of that. But 1 second. Okay, I was like, is it playing? Okay, I had to I thought my 3-year-old needed my help. But like I was saying, no disrespect to anybody, but real talk, this is straight from my higher self. I don't shoot the messenger. Those who watch is into spirituality, y'all know, don't shoot the messenger. It's stuff. Don't take it personal. It's stuff. I'm just spitting facts of my truth for the frequency I'm on. Yes, babe. Hold on. Okay, we back. All right, sorry. All right, so like I was saying, no disrespect to anybody, but this is straight from my higher self that's been here eons of lifetimes, and my ancient ancestors and my higher self told me, and my ancient ancestors. I predominantly work right now with my ancient grandmothers. One of them, she told me, shut up, don't tell me where they okay, but they, at the end of the day, they told me, real talk, that they are all part of this fuck up of an imbalance. Excuse my language for those who are sensitive to curse words. I do curse, but they are part of the reason why this world is so imbalanced and fucked up the way it is, and part of why we are repeating history. Pretty much just different eras and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I just don't want anybody to feel offended, because it comes from a place of unconditional love, from the frequency that I'm on, and that the vibe I'm vibing at. So at the end of the day, I don't want anybody like I was saying, which is why I say at the beginning of my astro videos, go grab a drink of tea, water, and hell, some fucking hen. If at the end of the day, it's where you at. That we can only do what we can do, and learn how to vibe out of the frequencies we're on to do better. So ain't nothing wrong with a drink here and there. Now when you going overboard, that's an issue and stuff, and that means you need to leave that frequency. Trust me, I know, I've been there and stuff. But like I was saying, no disrespect to anybody, because at the end of the day, we all incarnated here. We were born here on different frequencies. We vibe different. So therefore, That's why when I say go grab your water, your tea, hell, get you some hen, get you some freaking Ciroc. Who gives a fuck? You know, this is a no judgmental zone. You could be who the fuck you are, because at the end of the day, who else you gonna be? You can't be nobody else. It ain't gonna work out for you and stuff. So therefore, wherever you, however you vibe is how you vibe. You know, ain't nothing wrong with a little sippy sip here and there. You know, but it's all about making sure you do it from a place of balance, and that's what my channel is all about, to help people find more balance, because there's so much imbalance in this world. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, I just want everybody to catch the vibes, because my vibes is the best vibes out there. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn. My vibes is the best vibes out there. So really sit back, friend. Pay attention. Everybody is caught in this loop of this 3D realm. Like, real talk. We are ascending, but it's still blocked. There's a big block in the energy. We all, if you notice, we all are just giving each other just enough to be temporarily satisfied, just to continue the cycles that's keeping us stuck in this 3D realm. Ain't nobody truly elevated to the fourth dimension and beyond. Like, for real. People have been there, caught glimpses, but nobody has actually got on that frequency and stayed on it. Nobody has actually went to that dimension and stayed there and brought that energy down to this 3D realm and stuff. And that's from what my higher self and my ancient grandparents said. And I could see why, because if somebody had really did that, you know, and they really, and somebody has really realized how to utilize and work with 3D energy, which is where we are in the 3D dimension, which is, when you think about the number 3 in numerology, that's creativity, that's partnerships, that's the union of mind, body, and soul, union of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, aka Big Mama energy, you know, divine feminine energy. And 4D, you know, 4 is the dimension, the frequencies that signifies accomplishment, because you've gained and obtained stability. You've accomplished creating everything you needed in order to be divinely successful in this 3D realm. Therefore, you don't need anything. And I'm not just talking about the physical, like money and worldly possessions. I'm talking about mentally, emotionally. You have found peace. You are in polarized balance within all 4 of your bodies, within both your inner world and outer world. You are stable. You are 4, and there's no tipping that table over. You know, that's true 4D energy, you know, and you've learned how to utilize it. Nobody has brought that energy down. Nobody has learned as of yet to bring that energy in there, because if they had done it, then, like I said, there wouldn't be any hunger. There wouldn't, because you've learned how to work in the 4th dimension. You've learned how to work with the 4 vibrational energy frequency and stuff. So, and I'm, like I said, like, really think about that. If people, no disrespect to people who are gurus, because they are doing what they have signed up to do, what their soul wanted them to do, but a lot of us are still stuck and limited, myself included. I'm learning and stuff and sitting with my guides, my mentors, my ancient ancestors, and my higher self, and Big Mama and Papa, to see what the F I gotta do to get up out of this dimension, because I'm taking me and my kids up out of here. We are and stuff. Like I said, I don't plan on living this type of life, you know, where it's constantly death and stuff. I don't like I didn't sign up for this. I didn't. I signed up to live forever. I'm gonna figure out how. But anyway, 5, 15, 20 minutes in. Okay. Getting back to the script because I could ramble. But like I said, nobody has realized until now. I figured it out because you're watching my channel, that we're repeating the same history that we've all read about all throughout history since ancient civilizations. Catch the vibes, friend. Our history, at least what is available to the public, reflects us individually, continuously giving our powers to others, rather that be kings, queens, some form of government, some form of people and or person that deem themselves as our leader or your leader. Hashtag the leader of us all individually and collectively, and have made us be whom they want us to be, setting up all types of ciphers. Like, real talk, when they say we live in a matrix, that shit is real. I saw it and stuff, and it's all types of codes and stuff that have not been cracked. Like, that's a whole nother video. Anyways, let me keep going because it gets deep. But at the end of the day, the ciphers that they have set up has brainwashed us into thinking we're ascending. But if we were truly ascending, friend, like I said, there wouldn't be crime, there wouldn't be hunger, there wouldn't be wars. If people were really growing and maturing in spirit, in their soul, fulfilling their solar contracts, their soul contracts, then we will be resolving a lot of worldwide, international, universal issues and stuff. We wouldn't be depending on other people who still trying to figure out things. Look at all that shenanigans that happened when Biden and what's her name? Shit. Damn, y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of her name right now. When they were running, them two people, no disrespect, but they are too old to have been doing what they were doing and stuff. And then all the other countries were surrounded us laughing. Like, international news was posting their childish, petty ass behavior and stuff. Like, it got really petty. And I'm like, what the heck am I watching? This is stupid and stuff. And you want to lead the country? Think about it, friend. Like, for real. Think about it. This shit is crazy out here. But anyway, like I was saying, things will not be balanced. I don't care even if your ass has manifested a bunch of worldly ass riches. Cool. Good for you. You know, I'm not about to be on here like saying, oh, you should be this way or that. No, that's really good for you. And stuff, because you're in the physical world, you're comfortable. Everybody wants to be comfortable. You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know, everybody wants to be physically comfortable, but you're still in balance because you're still selling yourself short and you're selling yourself out because you're still having to bust your ass to find peace and stabilization in some other aspect of your life. And or even if you are, you know, financially comfortable and stuff, you have to bust your ass just to keep up with the lifestyle that you have created. So therefore, you know, you sold yourself out too and stuff. You might look good, you might have money, smell good, all of that, but you still sold yourself and stuff. Like we all have, you know, not to make it seem like I'm downing on anybody who is rich or well off and stuff, but because I've had money and I have lost money. I have been pretty much well off, you know, and I have been broke as fuck, having to go to community centers to just get some freaking pull-ups and diapers for my kids. I've been there. I've rode all the waves, all the frequencies. But at the end of the day, all of us is seeking peace and stabilization in our mental bodies, peace and stabilization in our emotional bodies, peace and stabilization within our spirits, our souls, which is why we're all still creating and doing a damn good job of it, might I say. But we're all still stuck and creating the same shit. Like, nobody has reached 4D consciousness in the divine way we were intended to be doing. Bless, friend. I'm just saying. Please don't get mad at me. But my higher self and ancient ancestors told me some other stuff, and it blew my freaking mind. I'll tell you that. But long story short, friend, we are all still here operating from a limited 3D mindset because we are all still seeking the answers from each other while still trying to get our own ish together. You know, nobody has truly solved anything. We're all still fighting and struggling to figure ish out, to figure out life. And they want us to keep these traditions up. But you know, oh, okay, sorry, I got thrown off. But you know who did solve our personal and worldwide/universal problems, friend? You, your soul, hashtag the same, and the answers lie within. Yes, baby. Go ahead, baby. The answers lie within. I know y'all heard that before. I had to give you the download before continuing with the winter seasons, with the purposes of the seasons, but I had to get that download out for us to really truly start waking up, really truly start ascending and things like that. But like I said, winter is the time you take to reflect on if you have not ascended, if you have not matured and aligned to higher frequencies and maintain that connection. Then you have damn sure need to be taking those 3 months to sit down, sit back, love on yourself, meditate, or whatever your choice is to connect. That's positive, that's peaceful, that's fun, and that's progressive, because that's what life is about. You know, all of those things every single day. You're supposed to be experiencing and creating stuff like that. But at the end of the day, do you, friend? It doesn't matter, because some of us, you know, the spiritual community always talk about go meditate. Everybody ain't built for meditation. They not ready for it yet. It's boring. I'm going to tell you, when I first started, I was like, this shit is for the birds. This don't do anything. But I stuck with it. And then now I cannot go like more than 2 days without at least meditating for at least 15 minutes. I can't say I'm going to do it every single day and stuff, because I have a life, 5 kids and stuff. You know, I ain't built like that. Life not like that yet. Maybe one day. But at the end of the day, it's working for me. But at the end of the day, do you, friend, because this is life. This is your life. It's all about you in a healthy, unselfish way, you know. So as I was saying, in regards to ascending to higher frequencies and vibrations and so forth, so energetically, meaning our souls never meant to come here, you know, meaning as far as like incarnating, being born, you know, to stay at this 3D level. Which is why all of us naturally always are seeking to do better, be better, live better in our health, in our relationships, money, and so forth. We're always creating and figuring things out, tinkering, you know, things like that. Why we always share our successes and wins, and sometimes our hardships and fails. So whoever you are, friend, and wherever you are, we individually lived our lives as we are now to some aspect, just as a different person, in a different time. Heck, for some of us, even on a different planet and dimension. But overall, winter is the season we touch base with our higher selves and our divine mom and dad and our spiritual councils, our protectors, and so forth, to see where things went left, both in our current physical lives as well as in our past lives, to have a better understanding of the hardships, obstacles, and challenges we went through throughout our current physical lives up to the year you see this video. That's what winter is for. Hence why winter is the first season. It's the season that kicks off the year, but ironically, it's also the season that ends the year, which is why it's the first, and why they downloaded to me the scripture in the Bible Please don't ask me which, because physically I do not know offhand, because I was pulled away from reading the Bible years ago because of the unhealing experiences I had experienced at that time. But anywho, I was downloaded the scripture from dust you came and to dust you return. Yes?
Your hair got stuck on your thing.
Oh my gosh. 1 second, friend. Sorry. What's up? Okay. But my kids, man, it's never a dull moment. I'll tell you that. Shout out to all the parents out there. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, scripture. So the scripture, from dust you came and to dust you return. And then I thought about how in the winter season energy can be heavier and thicker, because that is the time we're supposed to be tapping back in so we can get back in alignment with self, with universal energy and the planet, so we can continue to move forward in our individual purposes, or on our in and on our individual purposes, of why our souls chose to show up and show out as whoever you are right now in this lifetime, friend, and fulfill more, if not all, of your physical solar contracts that you signed up to experience. Hopefully, hence the saying free will, freedom of choice, because when we go into our hermit modes, hashtag the purpose of winter, we're getting our downloads from our next highest consciousness, which for us would be 4D. So we're supposed to bring that consciousness and so forth, the energy from that frequency, and continue to create the energy, create with using and utilizing the energy of 3D, hence 3. Never mind, I'm getting confused. Okay. Anyway, we're supposed to use that, bring that energy down and create utilizing the 3D energy, which is all about creativity, unions, partnerships, working with other, collaborating with other energetic beings or other people, regardless if they're physical form or non-physical form, but that's the true way of creating heaven on earth. I was told, because we're no longer seeking guidance from each other 100%, or in an unhealthy codependent way. We're not going to continue the cycles of codependency, and we're individually going straight to source. So that way we can get the real energetic detox tea to flush out our unhealthy perspectives and beliefs that thus far have gotten us everywhere yet nowhere. Catch the vibes, if you know what I'm saying. Blessed. But unbeknownst to us all, except those who think they are the powers that be, we gotta go within. And finally, they know we have to, which is why they distract us. But anyway, we have to go within in the winter seasons and finally learn the lessons of your truth and find your purpose for this lifetime, as well as the previous lifetimes you lived and you didn't succeed in aligning as one, getting back home, but in the physical. So, and doing it in a divine way, meaning, you're following the directions and guidance only you can, and only you will receive from our divine ether parents who approved you for your mission, aka your life that you have now, with the positives and challenges and everything in between. Excuse me for getting a little distracted and stuff. The energy just shifted, and then my kids came in. So I apologize. I hope I don't throw anybody off or whatnot. But moving on. I was downloaded too that winter is the first and last season of each year, aka the universal energetic ascension. Because the frequencies on the earth is speeding up and it's moving along and stuff. But for the universal ascension. Winter is the first and last because one numerically signifies new beginnings, but you can't truly call in and have true divine new beginnings if you haven't tapped in with the number ones, meaning source of all creations, our divine mama and papa, and your number one, which is you, friend, before you took physical form, your higher self, which brings me back to the scripture I mentioned earlier, from dust you came and to dust you return. Every year, both personally and universally, you're killing the old unhealthy you because you're literally in the ethers. And then when you return, you're returning to dust, aka your physical you, just not as energetically tainted. So how can you obtain true leadership and have real independence in a world that has set us up to be codependent on the powers that be, quote unquote? Many of us can't. Just to be honest, because we haven't woke up yet to our higher selves, our truths, and so forth as of yet, because we keep falling for the distractions they put into play during the winter season of the almighty dollar, aka the holidays. Yes, they are fun. I've celebrated them before and stuff, but they are fun. But pay attention to the vibe that's going around at the time, friend. And I'm going to end the purposeful vibes of winter on that note, because they told me not to go too deep into that part as far as the distractions, because a lot of people, because it's the holidays, that's a sensitive subject, and at the end of the day, I'm not here to offend anyone, because I know everything has purpose, and I can't, nor will I take that away from anyone, because that's their truth. Yes, babe?
Can I get this?
That's their truth. And for me to demean it or go further into it, it's going to come across as if I'm bad-mouthing it. And that's not what I want to do. It's just that people aren't ready for that part yet. And that's not love also. That's for damn sure not unconditional love. And at the end of the day, hey, if it makes you happy, do you, because I'm for damn sure going to do me. Truth always comes out. And we all came here to experiment and experience life in our own individual ways until somebody figures out their soul's vibe and breaks us up out of this 3D realm. And that's just me being honest. So that's what winter is all about, the purpose of the season of winter. Like I said, pay attention to the vibes when it comes to winter season and stuff. Like, look at what they promote, but then also look at what they're not promoting as far as personally in people's lives, their day-to-day lives, what you see people go through. Stress for the almighty dollar that the powers that be put in front of us, and so on. Okay, I'm not going to say any more because I'm hearing shut up, move on. Okay, now let's get into spring equinox, friend. Spring is energetically known to be the seasons of rebirths, new beginnings. It's the second season of our universal energetic ascension collectively. Therefore, much like the numerical symbolism of 2, it's the season of harmony in all aspects. How and why? Because you took the time during the winter season to connect back to one, which is source, to the God or goddess of your understanding. You connected back with yourself physically and energetically, meaning your higher self and so forth, to educate yourself about you, to tap into God is God consciousness. Some people will call it Christ consciousness. I call it God is God consciousness. Therefore, aligning you even more within, therefore throughout yourself. Now that's how the portion of why you are obtaining harmony within yourself and within your life, friend. That's how you do it, because you armored yourself with the knowledge of you. where you went left at in this lifetime thus far, and then learning from your higher self, your ancestors, and all the other guides and protectors and counsel, all those who signed contracts to help you ascend out of this dimension. Because truth be told, friend, and y'all who know about that ancestor work, know when you ascend, aka learn your lessons and do right, meaning follow your soul's vibe, as well as your ancestors doing right by you, everybody wins, because when we learn our individual lessons, aka learn from our mistakes. And let me just say this, friend, before I go on. When you think about all the experiences where you were like, I should have known better, or why I do that bullish, damn, you know how it goes sometimes. Remember that we are currently being misguided on what mistakes truly means, especially from an energetic, aka spiritual perspective, because when you think about the word take, hold on. Okay, friends. So I was told to read the definition of mistake and take. Because when I was sitting with my ancient ancestors and my higher self and stuff, and they were and they threw that word at me, and they wanted me to remind you all that when we make mistakes, remember that we are not vibing the way we are supposed to be vibing. We are not learning about life the way we are supposed to be learning about life. So they told me to look up the word mistake and take. So, we all know what it means, but just to refresh the memories, mistake is an action or judgment that is misguided or wrong. Be wrong, and verb form is be wrong about. And then the word take, in verb form, it says lay hold of something with one's hands, reach for and hold. It could also mean remove someone or something from a particular place. In noun form, it's a scene or sequence of sound or vision, photographed or recorded continuously at one time. Or it's also an amount of something gained or acquired from one source or in one session. So when I was reading the definitions of these words, what I got from it was that we're taught to make these mistakes. That's what came to mind and stuff. When I thought about take, a scene or sequence of sound, photographed or recorded continuously at one time. And I'm thinking about our higher selves and how our higher selves have to keep incarnating and reincarnating into this world, because our souls still hold the memories of past lives of past lives, of past mistakes that were made. And we just keep reliving sometimes we keep reliving the same scenes over and over again. Think about what we do every day. Let's say yesterday you had a bad day or whatnot, or somebody said or did something to you that you didn't like. It rubbed you the wrong way. Think about all the times that you may have held on to that scene, that experience, a little longer than, not saying than needed, because everybody process things, but sometimes we do hold on to it a lot longer than needed from a low vibrational state that we in, because we are in the 3D realm. This is one of the lowest realms, one of the lowest realms, dimensions. So we don't realize how that's hurting us more, and we're stuck. We're stagnant. Our energy is stagnant because we have not figured out how to look at things from a higher vibration, because we are not one with our souls. So that's pretty much what I got when I looked up the word mistake and take. We are being taught to keep making mistakes. Like I said, there's ciphers in this matrix that have not been broken yet. They have so many secrets going on that have not seen the light of day. And all they keep doing is covering it up, teaching the same things. Then we pass that down to our kids. 1 second, friend. I gotta go give this back to my son. I had put the definitions on, screenshot it on that phone. 1 second. But you know what? I'm gonna take you with me. Shit, we've been together this long. Why not? All right, babe. Uh-oh. Hold on. Stay with me, friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Alrighty, friend. Let's get back to the video. Alright. So, where is I at? So, like I was saying, when we individually learn from our mistakes, we fulfill our individual physical solar contracts, hence activating more experiences we signed up to have from previous lifetimes and in this current lifetime for ourselves that we didn't fulfill as of yet. A lot of us is wealthy as fuck. This shit is manifesting now. No, what did I say? This shit we manifesting now, to be honest, is fucking bird crumbs. It's bird crumbs. I don't care how many multi-millionaire rich you are. You're broke as fuck. And now you're an effing op. Period. Because they when you get that big money and stuff, they start messing with you. The powers that be start messing with you. And they start, my nails ain't finished. Anyway. And they start messing with you and stuff, and then they, you know, y'all know the deal and stuff. That shit is real. But at the end of the day, you become an op to a certain extent. It's not everybody, it's just some of them. So educate yourself about you and your purpose so you'll gain a better understanding of yourself, your soul, our divine ether, parents of all creations and life, especially yours as an individual, friend. But when one of us break the effing ciphers that's been in play for eons of lifetimes, all of us broke it because we are all connected, hence the season of rebirths, because we are all connected, much like we are all the same in regards to us in our human being form. It's the same for us energetically. I was downloaded that we all are energetic beings, which I know you all know, but our souls came from different realms, different dimensions, different frequencies, much like here on Earth. We all come from different parts of the world. You can see a group of people that's fair skinned and automatically label them white. When there's different versions of white, for example, Russians, Europeans, Irish, Switzerland, Italian, and so forth. And the same for black and brown skinned people. But it gets even more complicated because people want to automatically put people in a box, at least here in America, based off their skin color and tone, because everybody brown skin isn't African and or of Spanish descent, and those two races / ethnicities are even more diverse. There are different versions of Africans. You know, you have North Africans where some of them look Indian or Armenian. You know, they don't even look like, you wouldn't even guess that they were from Africa. And then there's East African, where you can see someone with the most beautiful, darkest skin tone. And then they have quote unquote good hair, you know, and therefore people might say, oh, you're not black or you're not African because of their hair texture. Or you'll see Hawaiians and you might think they're dark skinned Asians. And it's the same for people of this some type of Spanish descent. You know, people automatically think of Latino or Mexicans when they think of Spanish, but there's Brazilians and Trinidadians. You know, long story short, I could go on, but I was told whatever race/ethnicity you incarnated currently is to fulfill the vibe and frequency you're on, to repent your people in the energetic realms. You know, I can't nor will say one race and or ethnicity created more imbalance than the other, only because at this point in physical time, we all have carried on so much imbalances and have mixed energies and frequencies and so forth, unlike what we have all been taught in this physical realms of the reality you see and feel. But at the end of it, it's way deeper than that. Like your soul chooses to be who you are, and it's deeper than just skin tone. It's deeper than your ethnicity. That's why those of us who don't know our ancestry lines and stuff, that's part of why we go and seek, because on an energetic, aka spiritual level, you've lived so many lifetimes that you don't know what the heck frequency you came from and stuff. And once again, that's per the soul contracts we sign, where it's like, okay, where am I from? Why am I here? Where's my people at? You know, that's just how it is. It's going and stuff. But moving on, because I don't want to confuse people. But the whole point, bringing it back to full circle, is that when one person breaks a mold, it affects everyone energetically in the physical 3D sense of that race, that ethnicity. Is the same energetically. When one breaks the mold and pushes evolution in some type of way, shape, or form, everyone from that energetic frequency and vibe wins, and then it has a harmonious or inharmonious ripple and butterfly effect. You know, because, and I say inharmonious only because I don't even know if that's a word, but that's a word that came to mind. So if it's not, don't come for me. But what I'm saying is that some of us are creating more imbalance when I say the word inharmonious, and it's pushing evolution more back and creating more imbalance. So therefore, when you continue to those overall, at the end of the day, if people don't start fulfilling their solar contracts and stuff, you're not only going to wreak havoc and bring more bad karma on yourself, but you're going to bring bad karma as well to those who sign solar contracts to try to help you, in just like in the physical sense. You know, in a physical sense, when you do bad, that affects everybody else. Like, let's say when you were younger, you stole from the candy store or whatever and stuff, then that had a ripple effect, a domino effect, I should say, not a ripple effect, but a domino effect, you know, because then that affected your parents or parent having to come down and get you. Then they had to spend money that they worked and bust their ass to get to, and had to use that to get you out of jail or juvie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I'm saying. So when we unbeknownst to all of us, when we choose to not fulfill our solar contracts, we're continuing to add bad karma onto bad karmatic debt onto us, which spreads to our kids and everybody else, because we have, and this, which is why we keep reincarnating onto this planet and into this dimension, because none of us have gotten it right yet. None of us have done it the way we were supposed to. Moving on. So every spring equinox, you are we all are, energetically pushed to rebirth ourselves to higher dimensions, because now you're cracking your own codes, aka spells, lower vibing energies, entities, the ciphers that was put on you, that have attached to you. My screen just went crazy. Wait, I'm sorry, friend. Somebody must. Cracking codes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, friend. My screen just went crazy and I can't find my spot. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Okay, here I was. Okay, sorry. Okay, so like I was saying, when you rebirth yourself, you're releasing all of that. You're releasing all of those low vibing energies, as you all know, and stuff. Entities that's attached to you. And every year we come and we release a little bit, but then because none of us are aware that we are supposed to be fulfilling our solar contracts, we're gaining them. So it's like you release something, you inherit some, you align with some more and stuff. It's like a big give and take and stuff. And our souls be like, no, don't do that. But anyway, at the end of the day, you need to release these unhealthy traditional relationships we have with them that we've been taught, conditioned, and molded to have. And the only way to have a healthy, peaceful relationship with our lower selves, aka ourselves physically, and everyone else who are still vibing low, which is all of us. My ether friend said it's all of us, is by having a celestial and terrestrial perspective. You thinking and operating from a higher consciousness, which you can only gain by choosing to work with your higher self, by choosing to work with our divine parents and so forth, which is in true alignment of the energetic messages and frequency of the number 2, balance. When you have an understanding of yourself internally, you'll gain a deeper, wider, and enhanced understanding of what's going on externally. Your soul feels heard, therefore you'll feel heard. Your soul feels understood, therefore you'll feel understood. Your soul feels acknowledged, therefore you'll feel acknowledged. Catch the vibes. The numerical message of 2 also signifies gaining and having relationships that'll be of support to you, that represent balance, great relationships overall and in all aspects. But once again, that's because, as I said in so many words, you have and or are working on yourself. So that's the energy you're putting out. Seriously. What is... Okay. Sorry. Okay, found my spot. But once again, like I said, that's the energy you're putting out. That's the frequency you're on. That's the vibration you're vibing at. Balance plus peace equals 2. Harmony. When you address your issues internally that you're experiencing externally, you're extinguishing the fires before they get out of control. And after a while, you'll be able to take care of them before they even happen, because your higher self and ether family spilled the tea via your intuition so you can avoid code reds. Once again, all because you're now choosing to work with and within yourself in peaceful harmony and polarized balance. Which brings me to the 3rd season, summer. Summer solstice is all about balance, which is why it's always kicked off leaving Gemini energy and entering the Cancer zodiac energy. Cancer energy is divine feminine energy from my higher self's perspectives, aka our intuition and downloads of divine guidance. When I really looked at the Cancer symbol, 2 things came to mind. One, the crab is a creation that walks to the beat of its own drum and is comfortable walking that way, walking sideways. I mean, because that's what it naturally does. And anyone who gets in the way of its path catches its claws, or in this case, spiritual hands. You know, and the symbolism of Cancer of the claws, you know, in the circle, because you know that circle, and then it got this. It looked like a 6 and a 9, but it's claws. The crab's claws. It's a lot of C's. But anyway, I always saw, once again, through my higher self and my third eye and my intuition, which is my divine phone line. That's what I call it. It downloaded guidance from the ethers, but I saw the crab claws metaphorically as hands, and our hands are one of the most powerful energetic outlets and absorbers of our physical body. We absorb and release energy through our hands. So think about Cancer season. You know, it's all about balance and harmony. And then with when you see the crab symbolism, you know, it made me think about when I was working for in the preschool environment, because I used to be a preschool teacher, like a legit teacher, not just someone off the street working at a daycare. I was a teacher. Excuse me, and I was and I'm certified. You know, but anyway, like, I mean, I have my degree, but anyway, because I don't want people to play me. But anyway, like I said, when I was working in a preschool environment, or just you, if you have kids, you teach your kids nice hands, mean hands. And my whole point with bringing that up, and then the claws, once again, bringing it back full circle, on an energetic and physical perspective, what are you using your hands for? One of the most powerful parts of you. In a metaphorical sense, are you using your hands, your energy in a healthy way? You know, aka nice hands. Hey, I'm recording. Talking about some, yeah, boy. Bye, Azelle. Bye, Nene. Sorry. That's silly. Okay. Are you using your hands in a healthy way, in a nice way, meaning are you absorbing positive, productive energy to build and further yourself in all aspects within yourself and within your life? Or bad hands, where you're not controlling your energy, you're not conducting your energy in a healthy way, therefore you're absorbing toxicity and more toxicity, as well as spreading it. And it could go either way as far as spreading it. My whole point, friend, because I might have lost you all, but because like I said, my mind be like choo 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 and stuff, and everybody not gonna get me. But anyways, my whole point is, like, when you think about your hands and stuff, your hands are so resourceful. They're an amazing tool, both as far as energetically and physically. And my whole point is when you think about the claws of the crab and you think about your hands, pay attention to what you are creating. Where are you directing your energy is my main point. Yes, I probably could have just said that, but I didn't. So, but yeah, just pay attention to how you're using your energy, where you're directing your energy. How you're using your energy, what vibration, what vibe are you spreading to others, what energy or vibe are you absorbing, and how are you utilizing it, regardless if it's low or high. You know, how are you able to work with that energy, regardless, you know, to change it into what would help support you to walk your path and go by the beat of your own drum. Okay, just finding my spot because I kind of got off script. Because I feel like I was losing people a little bit with the crab example. Because like I said, I get downloads. But anyway, but if you really look at the crab's cancer symbol too, it has a 6 and a 9, which also to me, I ain't gonna lie, I see sperm inside an egg. So like twins, like somebody's pregnant with twins. That's what I see too. I see the 6 and a 9, and then I see sperm inside of an egg or embryo. So so it's like, what are you birthing? That's what I saw when I looked at the cancer symbol. It makes me think about, what are you birthing? What are you creating internally? Is it aligned to peace? Is it aligned to balance? Because 6 numerically represents both good and evil. I mean, everything does at the end of the day, to be honest, because life and everything composed within life is all about balance, which is what the number 6 is all about. It represents good and evil, light and dark, yin and yang, divine masculine and divine feminine energy. That's what it all boils down to. And 6 is all about balance and harmony. 9 is all about utilizing your support system, your inner wisdom, your divine wisdom, when you need to, meaning your spirit, your soul, your guides in the ethers, in the energetic realms, our divine mom and dad, as well as your lower vibrational self, aka your physical self, the lower vibrations and entities, and even the physical people in your life that too are low vibing. You know, we got to remember that when we interact with people, if they are doing things that rub us the wrong way, we can't vibe to. Remember, friend, we are all being pimped out. Just all of us. Me too. I'm learning how to release it. I don't want to be a hoe no more. I'm just playing. When I say hoe, let me tell you something. When I say hoe, I mean havocs of, what did I say? It came to me. Hoe to me stood for havocs of egos. Like we get so full of our low vibrational egos that we create havoc. So I don't want to be a hoe no more. I hope you don't either, friend. But anyway, everybody on this planet is a hoe. No disrespect. That's just how I talk. But like I said, that's why Cancer energy is reminding us individually that you are in control of you and you alone. Once you figure out how to balance out yourself internally, #moon energy. And once you figure out how to deal and work with yourself physically, #Gemini, yin yang masculine energy. How to take charge of your mental, because Gemini is all about balancing as well, which is why we end our seasons of rebirth with it. Because in order to implement the plan and work the plan, we have to first set ourselves up with a strong, healthy, positive growth mindset, because everything starts with your thoughts, with your mind, and then your emotions follow it. Hence, Cancer season, you know, because Mercury, #Gemini, is the communicator, the gossiper, the instructor, the director. Watch my planet video. If you have not, I'm posting that today as well. But watch my planet video to catch the full vibes if you haven't yet. But back to Gemini, but it's the director. But Mercury/Gemini is the brainwave that goes in between all the departments within our subconscious mind and conscious brain. That's why I said watch my planet video. I go deep in there. I go hard. But anyway, it utilizes the brainwave that gives us the directions on either how to respond and or react to all our life experiences, high or low, per the memories, aka Akashic records, that are embedded into our subconscious mind from our current physical lifetime and all the lifetimes that your soul brought with it to still learn from and to help you win. So setting yourself up to win mentally, aka thinking positively, so that when you have negative thoughts, you're not allowing those thoughts, aka low vibing energies, low vibing spirits, stop you from getting to the truth, the core of why you're thinking low and thinking of yourself and seeing yourself as undivine, as unworthy, as unimportant, as if you're not blessed already, because that's not you, friend. That's not your core DNA, both physically and energetically. You are powerful as fuck. So we just have to remind you. I'm going to help you remind yourself of that. You just have to relearn and remember, which is why you have the major sit downs and powwows, in the winter season, because once someone is educated on anything, it doesn't matter what it is, they're lethal. You're lethal. That's why the quote unquote powers that be utilize media in all ways to dumb us down and to condition us to quote unquote control us, because as long as they keep people in a state of distractions, through fear, through drama, through pain, through anguish, and so forth, as long as they keep people focused on their physical world, both in the personal sense and in worldwide sense, you'll never figure out that your ass been here before. Your ass lived this life that you lived to some degree before, and the majority of us are repeating our own history. Therefore, the world keeps repeating history. Like I said, we're being taught to make mistakes. We're being taught on how they want us to look at mistakes. We're being taught to look at mistakes as bad. Think about when you were a kid, or if you have kids, when your kid make a mistake. What's the first thing you do? A lot of us, our parents punished us. You accidentally wrote on a wall when all you was doing was spinning and having the best time of your life as a kid, and you happen to have a crayon in your hand, and then you marked on the wall, but you got a spanking, or you had to stand in the corner, or whatever your parents did for consequences and punishments or whatever. At the end of the day, that made you look at mistakes like, oh, this is bad. Like, if I fuck up, I'm going to get in trouble. And it's not supposed to be like that. Back to the script. Because collectively, they individually keep people in a state of worry and fear and stress from all the physical things you're taking in. Keeping your thoughts focused to the personal experiences that is creating stress within your life. Keeping your thoughts focused on experiences, personal and worldwide at that matter, or within your community that is sad and or stressful, creating the emotions of worry and wanting to help the world, help your community, and help yourself all at the same damn time. But because you're in a state of lack, because remember, that's the ciphers that they put into this dimension. Because we're in a state of lack, of limitations, because your divine messages from your higher God, from your higher self, and so forth are being blocked to let you know, hey, you already experienced this life before in another lifetime. You already got the answer. You already know this experience. Let me tell you what to do to help both on a personal level and worldwide level and a universal level. I just need you to listen to me. We've been through this already. We already invited all this invented all this technology. Look at all the powerful ancient cities for those who read the Bible. Think about the food they describe. Cheese and milk. How the fuck they keep that shit cold? For real. Think about it. We got the answers in front of us. We taught to read. We not taught to investigate. They don't want us to really investigate. And those who do investigate and stuff, shout out to you all and stuff, because y'all cracking codes. But anyway, catch the vibes, friend. Did you know the Mayans or the Aztecs? I can't remember off the top of my head. I know this is a script, and I did not go try to look it up because I didn't have time. But when I wrote this out, I was saying the Mayans and the Aztecs, they had caves. I remember seeing like a video like on, what is it, the History Channel or something, but they had caves and ancient civilizations that had running water systems and electricity. Because that episode was like about the floods and how like this planet Earth been flooded so many times. Humanity has ended so many times, and it's not the way that we were taught. For those who grew up religious, especially if you grew up Christian, it is not. The Noah's Ark is not the first flood. Wasn't the last flood. Might have been the last flood. I don't know. But at the end of the day, there have been multiple things. Y'all got to remember that the Bible only is a reflection of a certain aspect and perspective of life from other people's perspectives. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say the Bible is fake, the Bible is false, and things like that. Is it manipulated? Yes. Has it been altered? Yes. But at the end of the day, the messages are still pretty much the same. You just got to know how to study it. Not just read it, study it. And you have to be able to flow and continue. Don't just accept things as is. We were not meant to accept things as is. That's the thing. People hear something, it resonates with them, and it's like, pew, go, I'm going with that. That sounds good. That sounds great. That makes me feel good. That motivates me. Da 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 da. And then they stay there. They stay stuck at that level. And then when they descend and something bad happened, then it's like, what the fuck happened? What happened? No, because you didn't keep going. You're supposed to keep going. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, back to the caves. Now, mind you, this was years, eons of lifetimes ago, thousands of lifetimes ago. I don't even know if those caves was part of this century or whatever, millennial or whatever. No, century. Yeah, century. But at the end of the day, they were here, and what they did was they built homes inside the cave with running water, places to keep their food, cold, because the world had flooded, and that's how they lived. So that way, some civilization could still be alive to still share the stories and of that time. So once again, bringing it back full circle, my whole point is there are ciphers that have been in place since before lifetime, as we currently and publicly know that exists. And the only way to truly tap in and evaluate, elevate, and ascend to higher vibrations, frequencies, dimensions, and realms is by tapping into the vibration of your soul, because that is the part of you that is connected to source. Some of y'all say the divines, our ultimate parents. One second. Okay, so like I was saying, so that's the part that's connected to source, the divines, our ultimate parents. That is the part of you, and the only part of you that knows what's really up in both these energetic, aka spiritual and physical streets, because you, me, we all spent multiple lifetimes trying to get things right, trying to correct our mistakes that we individually made at some point in time, in and on a whole other dimension and whatnot, to correct, or our ancient ancestors, deceased loved ones made. At the end of the day, we are all here and alive physically to finish something, to correct something that created imbalance, which is why we always seek forgiveness, peace, happiness, and harmony. Bless. But that's why it's so important to get right mentally so that we can be right emotionally, because Cancer energy is like, your vertex placement on in your astrological birth chart. Getting tongue tied because it's been like over an hour of talking. I'm not used to this. Yes, babe. Sorry, my 3-year-old wanted to go back outside and feed the birds. Okay, so as I was saying, sorry, friend. I just realized this screen moved again. Now I lost my place. I think I accidentally scrolled when my son came. Here I go. Okay. Like I was saying, Cancer is like your vertex placement in your astrological birth chart. You know, it's part of the determinant in the indicator of how and what you're calling into your life from the ethers into the physical. That's a whole video I'm going to break down one day when I'm called to, and I want to do so bad, but I'm not ready. But it's not time. It's not about time to shine right there. But anyway, friend, the summertime is all about working hard and seeing the fruits of your labor. It's all about balancing your internal world with your external world, which you just rebuilt during the spring season. And because you rebirth yourself energetically, you will have to bring that renewed energy out and truly experience the energy, experience playing and experimenting with that energy, aka you having fun, living your life in divine blessings, because you figured out you figured your life out. You're working hard to work your plans in the divine way you were uniquely created to do for you in spirit, in your soul, and in your physical. And because of that, you're going to be blessed because you're working hard in a peaceful, creative way that'll bring you happiness and balance. So because you're doing your part, friend, to balance out your energy, you're able to spread your balanced energy throughout your life. #true manifesting, because you're choosing to work with your higher self, your God of your understanding, your ether fam, that's all assigned to help and protect you, so you all can win by breaking all these low karmic cycles. So everybody can win, closing doors on people and experiences that doesn't reflect you loving yourself unconditionally, because it or she, him or he, or her, at the end of the day, they are either intentionally choosing or are unaware. They are choosing to stay vibing low somewhere in their life and within themselves. And when they choose to not love themselves unconditionally, because that's what it's all about, it ain't shit you could do with, friend, though it feels like, no, it's nothing you could do, and it don't have nothing to do with you, real talk, because we all came down here for our own individual reasons. But even though it could feel like it does, we've been conditioned throughout time to not acknowledge ourselves in our totality, because it's the freaking ciphers that's been in play. So if somebody's not ready to see their worth and see how powerful they are, that's on them. That's in them and that's on them, because they signed their contracts, not you. So it's either sorry, not sorry, but I can't rock with you anymore because I'm on a whole nother frequency and I don't vibe like that anymore, in love, of course, or depending on the situation, you might just have to tell them to F off in love. Like I said, depending on the information, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to love yourself so much that you can't continue to allow outside distractions, no matter how it comes to you, take you down. If I'm working hard to obtain balance and peace within myself and my life, why would I allow anybody or anything come to mess me over when I'm no longer messing myself over, because you're choosing to rock with yourself. You're choosing to rock with your soul. That's the mindset you have to have. Hence why Gemini is all about balancing on the masculine side, as far as the mental during the season of spring, when it's the time to be rebirth, when we're learning how to work with our... Sorry, too much background noise. But like I said, that's why Gemini is all about balancing on the masculine side as far as the mental during the season of spring, when it's the time to be rebirth, when we're learning how to work with our newly acquired characteristics, a new understanding of self, our new game plans that we put together with our higher selves and our divine parents and everybody else assigned to us to help us in this lifetime from the ethers, that's going to help put the people and the things in play in the physical realm, play in the physical realm until we are fully 100% and infinitely aligned with our higher selves entirely and completely. That's what spring is about. So now we're in the summer season, which is the third season of the season of creation. I kind of got jumbled up there because I had so much going on. I think I've kind of repeated myself moving forward, but we'll get through this. But like I was saying, because in the summer season, that's what 3 numerically symbolizes, because, summer's the third season. So 3 numerically symbolizes working with others and creating, and summer in the summertime, because it falls in Cancer energy. And so it's all about us feeling and experiencing our plans to the fullest. So we created the plan with our higher self and so forth in the ethers in Mercury energy in the springtime. And now it's time to bring it down into the physical so that we can emotionally experience our plans, which is summertime, balancing, creating, collaborating, partnerships, And then you also have, remember I was talking about how the claws of the Cancer symbolism, it looks like a 6 and a 9, and with 6 representing yin and yang during the summer season, it's like are you going to ride the positive emotions, which are your higher vibrations, which is in alignment with your soul, your purpose, or are you going to ride with your lower emotions that is a part of your lower energetic being, that's part of lower energetic beings and frequencies that is a part of this physical realm, which keeps us limited in mind because you haven't expanded your mind to think beyond this dimension. Think about when you're bobbing low and you what's the first thing happens? It's chaotic. Your mentality is chaotic. You don't know how to resolve your issues. You don't know where your resolutions is going to come from, and then you run off and try to fix stuff yourself. And that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be trying to fix stuff ourselves and stuff, or we seek help from other physical beings, human beings like us, to try to get answers when they trying to they ain't even fulfilled their solar contracts either. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of that. So that's why you be mindful. Okay, when you feeling bad, go meditate, go take a hot bath, whatever it is to calm in, ask for guidance, say your prayers, say affirmation. I don't know, however you talk to the God of your understanding, and however you talk to yourself, if it's through journaling, if you just talk out loud, talk in the mirror, whatever you do, friend, do that first, and then allow guidance to come. It could come as somebody who physically who can't help you, but you can't go seeking it yourself. You have to allow it to flow. That's how you truly flow with your experiences, high or low. That's how you truly flow. You got to let whatever is going to happen because you signed up to experience it. Period. I'm just saying. Real talk, facts. But overall, summertime is the time where you create the balance. You need to always be able to vibe high because you already thought about all the things that you in the physical 3D realm want, like traveling, your health, spending time with your family and friends in the summertime. People, even if they don't like the outside, they still want to be outside, you know. But overall, think about like your thoughts. Your thoughts is always focused on the positive things, the things that you know would be fun to do in the summertime. And it's like, okay, well, first you got to get in alignment with it, you know, which is all why what Cancer season is all about. Feminine energy is ruled by the moon. It's all about, okay, your emotions, because see, wherever your thoughts go, your emotions follow. Remember, I said that. So even though your thoughts might be on fun stuff you want to do, but if you don't mentally align with that and stay in thinking about positive things and allow the old toxic low vibrational ways to phase out, so that way you can get into the higher vibrations and better fun experiences and stuff, then you're not going to really be in alignment emotionally, because you're avoiding it. Because at the end of the day, who wants to feel bad? Nobody. But that's part of life. But Cancer season is, like I said, the determinant of how the rest of your personal solar return will go, because you're sending out the vibes of if you're ready for the next phase, which is why I said what I just said. And if you're ready for the next cycle of your physical solar journey. Yes. Yes. Can somebody get him a chip? Thank you. You're energetically telling your God, your creator, which contracts to activate next, what type of life you want to experience. And yes, you can change your life around any time of the year. You don't have to wait till Cancer season or summer solstice, because I just heard intuitively when I was writing this script out, I heard in my third eye, I said, what if I see your video and summertime is over? You're good, friend. It's just easier to do it when you're following your soul's vibe and you're following the seasons, because it's a reason for the seasons. Get it? A reason for the seasons. I mentioned that earlier, but I'm just saying, because that's the determinant on how the life goes. So if you want to call in an easier time, then you know that's the best time. Otherwise, you'll just have to flow through it the best you can. But regardless, friend, always go within to create what's best for you, however you're called, and feel comfortable doing in a safe and progressive way so you can flow. Review your action plans that you created with your higher self and our mom and dad of all creations, and your spiritual councils, aka your ether fam, and figure out what to do. Figure out what you need to do to move forward, so you don't keep creating the same experiences and keep reactivating the same freaking contracts just to keep reliving your life just in and on a different timeline, in a different body, as a different person. Because the powers that be, they think they winning and they're not. Y'all already know Big Mama and Papa coming, and I'm positioning myself to be a part of it. I don't know about you all, but I hope so. But real talk, friends, summertime is our test individually and collectively to stay in alignment with our higher selves, so that we can stay in alignment with our own individual purpose and in alignment with our divine parents the way you were uniquely and specifically meant to, per our individual contracts, because they know you, they know your energy, they know what you're capable of and what you signed up for. They know what you'll go through before you go through the thick of it, like they say. and what you won't go through, because we're constantly sending messages to them energetically, verbally, and physically. Bless. So to stay in alignment with yourself in spirit, so you have to stay in alignment with yourself physically, so that way you can sign off and close out the low karmic contracts in this lifetime, as many as you can, possibly can fulfill them, so you can stay in alignment with your blessings in the physical realms, and not just in the energetic. You need to learn how to utilize Pisces energy in a healthy way, because Pisces energy, if you watch any of my other videos, Pisces is tricky. It's a high vibing and a very magical and powerful energy that can help you bring things in from the ethers and call in good stuff, make your dreams come true and stuff. But at the same time, Pisces can have you putting on rose-colored glasses, and next thing you know, you strung out in the streets because you done got so high energetically, and then when your reality didn't match the energy that Pisces was creating with you, it makes people crash. Like, real talk. It messes with you. It's that you gotta be on a certain vibration to be able to honestly work with Pisces energy and Saturn's. Anyway, when you learn how to maintain high vibrations and frequencies, you can only vibe higher. You just got to stick to your action plans and utilize your energetic support system and your energy, aka power, in both your mental and emotional bodies, because that's what Mercury rules, and that's what the planet Venus rules. Like I said, check out my video on the planets to catch the full vibes. But it's all to utilize it all in a healthy way. Okay, so now we're in the fourth season, friend, fall. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the number 4. Each and every time I see the number 4, the only words that really pop in my head and I focus on, because that's what my higher self told me to do, is stability. Stability, 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 and success. That's what the number 4 energetically symbolizes to me for the most part, especially when it comes to the season of fall, because when you're stabilized in something, you're secure. You got it on lock. Therefore, you're successful. You're successfully winning. So, as we all know, fall is the season when we're supposed to take stock, take inventory of our blessings, our profits, and things of that nature. So pretty much fall, combined with the fact that it is the 4th season, is all about you saying where you fell short, or seeing where you fell short and where you succeeded successfully at. What areas within yourself and your life were you able to achieve divine stability that you can level up to in the next frequency? Fall is the time of comparing your notes with the plan that you created during the winter and spring season, and comparing your tweaks and adjustments made during the summer season, so that way you can start setting yourself up for your big power meeting during the winter season, bringing an end to the areas that you need to show yourself a little bit more attention and love, Because overall, friend, that's what our life is about. It's about us individually and not looking at ourselves in the physical way we've been taught, and our parents have been taught, and so forth, and so on. We've been taught to focus on ourselves from just a physical 3D perspective, but yet when it comes to figuring out ourselves internally, it gets a little muddy, because the messages come through confusing. Why? Because we're told one thing, but we see something else. We experience something else. Think back to when I was going over the definitions of mistake and take, and bring that thought up to this part of the conversation. We're told one thing about us being energetic beings, primarily operating off energy. And when it comes to energy, it's all about how you feel. That's why it's so important to be careful about who you're around and the environments you put yourself in, and how you speak to yourself and allow others to speak to you, because they all have power and purpose. It's always your choice if you're going to align with that purpose or not, regardless if the purpose is a positive or a negative. It's going to either align with your yin or your yang energy, your masculine or your feminine energy. And when it aligns with your feminine energy, then that's when it's a lesson, and that's when it's time for you to figure out the core of that lesson and how to move forward instead of just overlooking it. But that's overall what the fall season is all about. It's all about wrapping things up, figuring out what worked, what didn't work, enjoying the fruit of your hard work, and tweaking and adjusting and getting your notes together so that way you can go into winter more stable mentally and emotionally, because you're more educated about self from a solar perspective, from a celestial perspective, from a terrestrial perspective, therefore overall a divine perspective, because you're in full alignment of following the vibration of your soul to fulfill the physical solar contracts you incarnated, aka was born to do. That's all I have for you, friend, for the downloads for the seasons. I hope you took your notes. If not, I'll go over it little by little as with the weekly and daily astrology prophecies. But that's all I have for you. I have been talking for damn near 2 hours. My voice is lost and hoarse. I'm about to go drink some tea. Peace, love, and bliss. I'll see you in the astral realms or the next video. Remember to tell yourself, I am irrefutable. BKA, I am impossible to deny. Remember to be easy on yourself, to love on yourself, and take care of yourself, friend. Bye.